artists, gallery owners, curators, welcome to this session where we will talk about art authentication and selling and how technology can help you. Okay. So let's start with a little trivia. Do you know that technology can actually help you in selling art? That today the world is changing and is rapidly getting connected. Right now, while I'm sitting in India, I can still communicate with you from all over the world. Technology has tremendous potential and can be useful for various aspects of our life. So it has a lot of scope even in the world of art. The world is looking for us to move on from the traditional ways of selling art and adopt technological solutions. Let's move to the next trivia. Do you know that you can sell your artwork without handing over your artwork to someone unknown? Well, as a curator, I keep hearing that artists have given their artworks to galleries on trust, and in several cases, if they have given 10 paintings, they have received the sale amount for only 5 or 6. And the remaining is still with the galleries on a promise that it would sell soon. And later, the artist only get to know that the gallery has closed down and he lost all the 4 or 5 paintings. Artists are now reluctant to give their paintings to people who are not known and has not earned that credibility. The next trivia. Do you know that you can earn from your artwork even if you retain your artwork with you? Well, that's a tricky one, isn't it? So you retain your artwork and you can still earn from that. As an artist, we always think that I will paint one and sell it off, and then I should forget about it. I will paint another one, I'll sell it, again forget about it. But only when a painting becomes famous and gets resold, the artist gets to know that big profits which others are making. The artists rarely get any benefit from that. One more trivia. Do you know that technology can help you earn multiple times from the same art again and again? Well, that is also a tricky one. So we will talk about that as a solution when we are in this session. So hang around here to find out how you can earn multiple times and how you can even do authentication in a very unique way. So before I start, let me give you some background about me. My name is Shankar Mridha, which you can find out here in this video, and I'm the chief believer, the CEO of Jumbish Creations Private Limited. But before we started this company, I was there in a corporate world. I had completed 17 years in the IT industry and being a vice president in a Fortune 500 company as my last job. I had all the best things one can expect. A nice working environment, a nice boss, a nice career growth, nice exposure, and a nice salary too. Well then, my objective was to give back to the society. I actually opened a hospital first. But then within 1 year I realized, no, that's not my calling. That's not what I wanted to do. So like all the artists, I am also very passionate about what I do. So I explored what can be done, and while we explored, we found out that artist is a community which possibly is never considered in any country as an underprivileged community. But then as artists, when we begin our career, many of us here as well who are watching me now may have also gone through a similar situation where you have spent a life which is very tough, very difficult. So with that mission, we started, the three of us, and we call ourselves as alchemists. So there are 3 people who are part of this company right now as a director. Myself, my name is Shankar Mridha, and I have introduced myself. You also must be knowing Rahul Chakravarti, who is the India head for Fabriano, Italy. So he brings the artist perspective in the company. And then we have Pawan More, who is the technology geek. So he brings the absolute technology solutions, absolute techie, and he brings those solutions to all of us. So that's how we work together. And I look at the overall business part of it. I look at how to help artists even develop the mindset. There are artist blogs which I also help with. The three of us are the alchemists, are the core team members, and then we have established Jumbish, which the legal name of Jumbish is Jumbish Creations Private Limited. We established in 2016 with a mission statement that we want to enable artists to build career and their earning opportunities.
Welcome back. You're with us here on Leaders of Tomorrow, and tonight on Small Giants, we're featuring Jumbish. Being an artist in India associated with art has always raised questions on sustainability. Hoping to change perceptions and break that taboo is Jumbish. Shumagi Sinha caught up with the company to bring you more on what they do. Take a look.
Art might be a means of visual relief to some and a way of expression to others. But what happens when art meets technology, and more importantly, when art finds a purpose? This is a tale that Pune-based company Jumbish Creations and its founders live to tell. Founded in 2016 as an attempt to provide artists an inclusive and fair platform, Jumbish has rapidly evolved to be synonymous with bridging the not-so-artistic gaps in the current art retail and contracts market.
This is a joke which I have heard from many artists that they will get the actual price of their artwork only when they are dead. And you can see there is somebody standing behind with a gun there, so that there is a lot of money which can be earned from in the painting. Well, this is a joke, and I really don't mean it seriously. But then let's start with looking at that about how can we earn and how can we live a good life even when we are alive. So there are a few questions which as an artist we keep getting in our mind. So I have a lot of paintings made. How do I earn my living now? That's the question which comes to your mind. Alright. Second question. How to find the people who would buy my paintings? That is a very, very common question across the world. Unless I get established, people start knowing me, I don't know where to find the people who would buy my paintings. And then the marketing. Oh no, that's the boring stuff I need to do. That's what I heard from a lot of artists. How do I use social media? Okay, that's not my forte. I can do a lot of painting. Give me brush, give me paints, but don't ask me for marketing. And then the final question. My paintings are copied. The piracy. Oh my God, this is so dangerous for some people that they don't even share their artwork with the world, with other people, with them, sometimes not even with curators and gallery owners. And this is a very serious question which possibly is there in a lot of countries across the world. How do I get royalty on resale of my painting? There are artists, there are singers, there are musicians, there are films, there are authors who get royalty. But we as artists, we didn't go and get royalty. Royalty is when we resell something and we keep getting a small portion of that resale. There are only few countries across the world where there is a royalty system which is established. There are few countries where the system is established but it is not followed because there is no system to track it on. Well, like artists, let's look at what is the other side of the story. The art connoisseurs, the art lovers, the art buyers. Even they had a lot of questions. There are selective people who will understand the art very well. For them it is good. But there are art lovers who are possibly even middle class families. So what kind of question they get? The first question I heard is always, oh my god, why is this painting cost so much? I don't have an idea of how to find out the actual cost of this painting. And since I don't know whether this painting is costing appropriately, I am never confident whether I should buy it or not. And since because of this cycle, that middle class person never buys the painting and never appreciates art, and so the artists are always deprived of their artwork. So the artist is always deprived of their living. The next question, is this painting authentic? Where do I get the authentication certificate? How do I find out that this is really the same artist whose signature is there, that person has made, and it's not a copied version? How do I get the provenance of this? The provenance is the history of the ownership of the painting. Through provenance, we find out whether the authenticity is established or not. For all masters, the European masters or the Renaissance masters, their paintings need to have an established provenance for them to be sold. If you go to Christie's or Sotheby's or any other major renowned galleries, they will have the entire provenance of each painting, and that's how you believe, you trust those institutions and buy them. Well friends, so what is the solution? If these are the questions which is there in both the artist as well as the art buyer's mind. So we came up with the technology solution last year, which is about finding a IoT based solution, which means we developed a microchip which can be used to authenticate paintings, and then it also helps in selling. So we are calling that as JDAT. What that means is Jumbish Digital Authentication Tags. What is a JDAT? So let's look at this little more. This is a technology which is used in a lot of financial transactions nowadays. So you must have seen a credit card, and you must have seen a symbol which looks like a Wi-Fi symbol. So in this case, this is the symbol here. So that symbol actually represents a technology which is called NFC, and this is a very secure technology in terms of for the transaction, for the monetary transaction. We made it even more secure when we implemented this into our solution. There are a lot of countries which are adopting the similar technology in the passports, and of course there are several mobile manufacturers who have already introduced this as a part of their mobile. So OnePlus, Vivo, Samsung, Nokia, iPhone, they have already introduced this as a technology in their phone, which means that this kind of technology will be used a lot more across the world very soon. So I'll talk about this little more, and what the technology I'm talking about. So I'm talking about blockchain as a technology, which is very secure technology. I'm talking about NFC as an IoT device, and we have used the most secure NFC in terms of 128-bit encryption with private key, public key, a factory rated unique ID, and these are called IoT. So the IoT and blockchain, when it combines, we get a very secure system. But let's look at how does it work. This is a painting which has a microchip embedded inside this, and when we use our phone and we just have to bring it close, and we see that the entire information about the painting which comes on the phone directly. Okay, the fun part is that it's not just only the description of the painting, the title of the painting, the artist, the size, all the other details of the painting. It also enables a direct buying facility, so anybody can directly buy from the mobile. The best part of this system is when we talk about the provenance part. So when we click on the provenance, it tells us who was the artist, and when it was made, and what comment it has. So every time this artwork will be sold, there will be a new record in the provenance record. This painting was made by Rahul. So think about, if I buy it from Rahul, there will be one record which says, okay, Shankar has bought this painting from Rahul at so and so cost and so date. Okay. Then if I sell it to somebody else, then there will be one more record in the provenance which will tell the Shankar has sold it to this person on so and so date and with so much of amount. That is called provenance. That is how we maintain the history of the ownership of the painting. We also maintain the complete profile of the artist, so it will all help the buyer to find out how the amount or the appreciation of a particular painting is happening over the time. Well, even if I don't sell it to other people, if I want to buy another painting from Rahul, say 5 years down the line, 5 years later, I will go to the same system, I'll check all the artworks which are there at that time from Rahul, made by Rahul, and I'll find out what is the price. It will give me an immediate understanding of how the appreciation of the value of the painting is happening over time. It also tells me whether the artist is actually continuously practicing with his artwork, and that shows me that the professionalism of the artist.
Okay, Shankar, I have a question. One question for you. An artist like me, what's the advantage for an artist like me to buy these products for all my paintings?
Okay, so very good question, Didier, and thank you for asking that. Very straight. So when an artist buys this, we put the painting for sale on our portal, on our system, and that system is going across the world. So an artist directly is ready to sell his painting across the world. We have buyers from different countries, from Germany, China, Singapore, Australia, India. So we suddenly go out in the international market, and every buyer will be very satisfied that they are buying original painting, and this is the originality mark for a painting. It is like how when you go to buy a diamond, you ask for a originality certificate. Similarly, for a painting, we also have a digital certificate now. So your painting is for life. It is having a authenticity certificate. That is one benefit. The second benefit is that if the artist wants, we also sell limited edition prints of the painting. So we share a revenue for that print sale also with the artist. So there is an additional income for the artist, and that also again goes across the world.
Okay, nice.
So,
and and another advantage I see is that with our certificate, paper certificate, it's okay when you sell your painting at the first time. But if the owners sell again the painting every time he never know where is the certificate, he forget the certificate, and it's and this is the end of the certificate with the painting. Or
Absolutely.
with your products, the
Mhm.
certificate will be every time until the painting is in life.
Mhm.
Every time the certificate is with the painting. They are both uh, many time, every
Yes.
time.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Absolutely right. Thank.
What's the price of your products, please? Is it very expensive or?
Okay, so we kept it. If somebody wants only one or two, it becomes little maybe. So this is only $10 for one microchip. But with the microchip, you get lifelong management of that artwork on the portal. So you don't have to pay again for anything else. And by chance, if the chip gets destroyed, we send you another one free.
Okay. How do you uh, glue?
Okay, yeah, I understand.
Paste at the on the painting on the
Okay.
back side.
Mhm. So this is like a sticker. So
Sticker.
yeah, so we just take that out and paste it on the paper. This is very strong glue. So if we try to take it out, the chip goes foul. Yes.
Okay. It's broken. Okay. Okay. Nice.
It can be used by curators because curators handle a lot of different paintings on a
Yes.
personal level.
Yes.
It can be used by museums because museums can also, they don't sell, but
Yeah.
they can maintain the authenticity data on this system.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we are now developing the system in such a way that the museum can or the art gallery can say, okay, I want to manage all my data on this system,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't want to use this system to sell because I have enough buyers, which is also good. So primarily for galleries, for example,
Okay.
say a gallery in Dubai or say a very renowned gallery in Delhi, say maybe Delhi Art Gallery.
Yeah.
Okay. So they might say that, okay, I don't need any online system to sell my art. I have
Okay.
enough buyers. My buyers come to my gallery and we sell. So I don't
Yeah.
need an online system.
Yeah.
But they still can use the same system, one for maintaining the authenticity. So they don't need to
Yes.
work out
Yeah.
separately. Second, they can work out, use the same system to maintain their entire inventory management.
Yes.
They can manage where their paintings are going. So they can do, it will work like a customer relationship management also.
Okay. Wonderful.
Uh,
Since very long you are working on this, right?
so we launched it last September.
Okay.
And so far we have around 230 artists onboarded.
Okay. You were explaining about how the chip will be fixed or pasted on the back of any painting.
Mhm.
So my question is, this applies to any material, paper or canvas, or it is just applicable for paper?
Right now we have restricted our thing to only paper and canvas,
Okay.
and that's where we have tested the glue. So we tested our glue that the pH is maintained at neutral, so it is varying between 6.5 to 7.5.
Okay.
We check whether it impacts the colors
Okay.
and any oxidation history is there for the glue. So we are interacting with famous brands like 3M, Henkel, BASF, this kind of brands for the glues,
Okay.
which helps us being confirmed with only two materials right now, paper
Right.
and canvas.
What you said, someone wants to take it off, okay, for some funny reason. So that means either painting will be destroyed. or the chip. Now, if this chip gets destroyed, then what?
So if the painting is still in the custody of the owner of the
Yes.
painting,
Yeah.
we will replace the chip free of cost.
Okay.
Okay, but if it is not in the custody of the owner, which means that somebody is trying to do harm to the painting,
Yes.
then we don't do anything with that. So the painting is lost that way.
Okay. Okay.
And since it is so it means either it has been forcefully taken away or it has been stolen
Stolen.
from the
Yes.
owner.
Yeah. Stolen. Yes. If it gets damaged because of water or atmosphere or seasonal damage or fire.
So the chip and the glue both are high temperature and low temperature resistant. They are chemical resistant and water resistant, moisture resistant also.
Okay.
So there is in the practical scenario, if there is really a damage by water, the painting will be damaged, but the chip will still be remaining.
Okay. What about any impact if it gets hit by something? Any impact?
So if it is a hard impact, then it will be like similar to tearing a canvas. It will also tear up because this is paper thin. So if you look at this, it is very thin. So if the impact is enough to tear off the paper or the canvas, this will also tear off.
See, I'm just working on
what is the difference between Jumbish portal and the others rest of portals? There are so many portals in this field, purchasing painting and selling painting. So what is the basics difference between Jumbish portal and others?
Okay, thank you for asking this question. So little background about the company is that we are in this art industry for the last 4 years, but our forte is always technology. All the directors of this company also brings a lot of background in the technology world. So in just having an e-commerce site is, as you rightly said, there are plenty of sites like that. We are specialized in that microchip which we have developed, which is for authentication of the painting, and that makes it different from the any other services in that e-commerce site of arts. Let's also look at from the people who are selling this kind of microchips also. Now there are few companies in the world who are also selling microchips like that, but then we are not just selling a microchip. We help an artist develop overall. What that means is it's not about just giving a chip and saying, okay, your painting is digitally authenticated and nothing has to be done now. We help the artist to promote himself. So there is a promotions. We tie up with various events across the world. We have been working with you, Praveen, in various events. So that's how also we are creating a platform for artists to connect with different brands, different events, different online competitions, different masters across the world. So this is not just about selling technology. It's about creating that culture, that community for artists, while we will give authenticated painting for the buyers.
The second question is mine. It's almost similar. That so many e-commerce portals are working in this field, and you said two, three companies also selling microchips also. But here is I want to know what is the Jumbish going to do in future to organize a discussion program. Actually, everybody is concentrating on selling or purchasing paintings, but there is no portal available, I think, who is try to develop the painting throughout the world, the painting style, painting techniques, and exchange, sharing mm, their techniques and all that. So, will Jumbish going to organize a discussion program or debate program like through online with great masters of the world, and so the benefits comes to the throughout the art world? Is there any possibilities?
Wonderful perspective, because I have never got a question like this. So this is really a nice perspective you have brought in. So this is how I look at it, that Jumbish's core strength is building that platform. Now, we know that there are several masters across the world. There are very high level of knowledge which is available across the world. The challenge is not having knowledge. The challenge is today about how we share this knowledge across the world. So we can always become a platform and help that technology aspect of it, and share the knowledge across these various people, various artists across the world, and reach to the thousands and lakhs of artists in the world to gain and learn from each other. But we definitely like to collaborate with people like you and several masters in other part of the world, and then help bring the technology so that we can share your knowledge with the other people. In fact, one of the example of this discussion is also that uh, how we bring your perspective to the world. So thank you so much for asking this question, because this is really interesting, and it goes beyond just a website or just a technology.
The regional art or traditional arts come from the village areas, remote areas. So they are obviously not very habituated of the software and technicalities. So I think there is any plan you are going to organize in future to promote those traditional artists, and Jumbish can reach on that remote areas.
To create authentic art, taking their authentic art from those needy people, those authentic artists, to the actual world, and making a transparent art world. It requires a huge lot of network of people, and those network of people also need to be honest and reliable. So creating that kind of network takes some time. So definitely we will look at this as one of the aspects to while coming in the future, and we can work together finding out. I know that in India there is a lot of traditional art. Similarly, in Africa there is a lot of traditional art which can reach the world. There is some part of Australia which has a lot of traditional art as well. So this is a huge scope, but it also needs a huge network of people who can connect and bring that authenticity right in the front of the people. So let's see how it works. Very simple. Artist buys one or more number of JDATs, which is the microchip from Jumbish. Artist fixes them on at the back of the painting, and one JDAT for per painting, of course, because every painting will be unique, and for every microchip is also unique because it has a different number, different security, etc. The artist uploads the high resolution image of the painting on the Jumbish portal and set the price for each painting along with all the details. If the artist finds it very little difficult, we are there to help you. Well, the Jumbish creates 10 limited edition prints for the sale of the same platform if the artist wants. The artist uploads that into the Jumbish portal and set the price of the painting and shares all the details of the painting with Jumbish team. Jumbish ensures that the JDAT and the painting matching, the number of the microchip and the painting is matching. And then we also create 10 limited edition prints for those artists who agree to sell prints also. Now the reason is why we are selling prints is because that helps an artist to earn some extra money. And we create prints which are only 10 limited edition prints, and every print will also have the same microchips which are fixed on the original painting. Now let's look at how the selling happens. If the customer comes on the portal, buys a painting or the print from the portal, so artist packs it and we arrange for the logistics. This is how the sale happens. Well, every time the sale happens, there is 2 bags of money which I have shown here. One is the actual sale of the painting, that's a bigger one. If there is a sale of the prints, then there are smaller money which also is shared, which means we do revenue sharing for the prints. Okay, so we talked about right in the beginning that our mission is to build artist career and create earning opportunities. Building artist career is a lot to do with the individual artist and how they practice, how they develop their skills, how to develop their style over the years, how do they learn and keep practicing, and how do they how do they go to the shows, and so on. So there is a lot of things which has to do from the artist as well. But then there is a lot of other things which is also required, which is the marketing part of it. And then it has to be always creating an earning opportunity. So what do we do? So let's talk about these things. So we do art sales, we do artist promotions, and we do authentication services. So of course the art sales are happening from our portal online. But then we also collaborate with galleries. So the galleries, if the galleries want their artwork to be sold, we can become an online partner for them. The gallery can sell it locally, and once the show is over, we can become an online partner to take that set of artwork across the world. That way it's a win-win situation for both. Artist promotions, that's the second one. We help the artist to make their websites, their brochures, handle their social media, etc. So these are various things which are required for an artist for the marketing. And I know that a lot of artists actually finds it very boring or very struggling in terms of handling a social media or making a website or making a brochure, etc. These kind of things are too cumbersome activities for the artist. And then I talked about how we do authentication services. So that is authentication, royalty, and provenance.
As an artist, wouldn't you want to generate more income through your artwork? Jumbish is a platform that lets the emerging art market know about your extraordinary talent. Jumbish offers selling, reselling and authentication solutions for your masterpiece using the latest technology. At Jumbish, we create the digital identity of your artwork by placing a highly secured microchip at the back of your masterpiece. The microchip is flexible and can be bent. It has a factory-written unique ID with 128-bit encryption. This microchip is temperature, chemical and moisture resistant with a strong glue. It's called Jumbish Digital Authentication Tags, also known as JDAT. This JDAT is your hassle-free authentication certificate. JDAT helps you in the long run to get royalty that you deserve on each resale of your precious art piece, same as musicians, authors, movie makers, etc. The Jumbish platform offers you to earn almost double from each of your art piece with the same secured JDAT. Follow a simple procedure. Register yourself on the Jumbish website and buy online Jumbish digital tags. As per your order, Jumbish will send you the tags. As many tags you buy, those many authentic art pieces are ready for sale. Upload the high-resolution images with the details of your artwork along with the price you wish to sell it at. And that's it. Bingo! It's ready for sale. Wish to earn some extra income for your art pieces? Additionally, Jumbish will be selling only 10 limited edition prints of the same artwork with those microchips attached. Leave the hassles of boring transactions to us and indulge yourself in another beautiful creation. Through Jumbish, you can earn in various ways. Your artwork gets sold across the world online. You will also get the royalty on the resale. Not only that, you can also earn on the sale of the 10 Jumbish limited edition prints. Our platform displays the pricing and the demand of your other artworks as well. It would also display the value appreciation of your paintings sold in the past. So hurry up, the art world is in upswing and we are in need of more transparency. Jumbish is the only way to go. Let's educate the emerging art lovers and make a transparent art market. What are you waiting for? Secure your earning potential now. Buy your tags before it's too late. Connect with us on www.jumbish.in. For further queries, write to us at contact@jumbish.in.